Hand fishing for sharks in Bangladesh is an important part of the country's fisheries. This fishing method is usually carried out by fishermen working in small boats in coastal areas, using fishing lines and bait to catch sharks one by hand. This is a job that requires high skills, endurance, and knowledge of shark species, as well as weather and current conditions. Fishermen often use long fishing lines and bait to attract sharks. They need to wait patiently, while holding the line firmly when the fish bites. When the shark bites, the fisherman will pull the line by hand to retrieve it. This process requires great strength because sharks are very strong fish, easily struggling to escape the fishing line. Fishermen mainly hunt small to medium-sized sharks such as reef sharks and sand sharks. These species are often concentrated in shallow waters close to the shore, where fishermen can easily access. Some sharks are highly valued because their fins are exported to Asian countries, or their meat is used for food and other processing. Artisanal shark fishing is an important source of income for coastal fishing families, especially in areas such as Cox's Bazar and Chittagong. The sharks caught are not only sold in the domestic market but also exported, helping to improve the income and livelihood of fishing communities. Artisanal shark fishing is facing many difficulties due to the risk of depleting shark resources. Due to the high demand for shark fins and meat, some species are threatened with extinction. The Bangladesh government and international organizations are taking measures to protect and maintain shark resources, including banning the fishing of certain shark species and increasing advocacy on sustainable fishing. Artisanal shark fishing in Bangladesh is both a traditional occupation and faces many sustainability and conservation challenges that require consideration and efforts from communities and authorities. Manual shark fishing requires the skill and experience of the fisherman, especially with a powerful fish like sharks. Below are the main steps and basic techniques in manual shark fishing. Fishermen often choose shallow sea areas or near coral reefs, where sharks often hunt and live. These locations also make it easy for fishermen to access and monitor fishing activities. Many fishermen rely on experience to predict the time and place of sharks, usually in the early morning or late afternoon, when sharks are most active. Sturdy fishing line. The fishing line needs to be durable and strong enough to withstand the great pulling force of the shark. The type of fishing line is usually nylon or stainless steel. Big and sharp hooks. Fishermen use large, sturdy hooks with barbs to hold the shark firmly when it has bitten. Floats and auxiliary tools. Some fishermen use large buoys attached to the fishing line to mark and keep the fishing line afloat on the water surface. Choosing the right bait. Usually, the bait is small fish, squid or fresh meat because the fishy smell can attract sharks from a long distance. Attaching the bait. The bait is attached tightly to the hook to prevent it from drifting or falling off. Sometimes, fishermen also use live bait to increase the attractiveness to sharks. Fishermen drop the fishing line into the sea, keeping the line not too tight so that the shark can easily approach the bait without being alerted. Once the shark bites, fishermen need to react quickly so as not to miss the opportunity to catch the fish. Line pulling technique. Fishermen pull the line by hand, just tight enough to hold the fish, but not too strong to avoid tearing the fish's mouth or breaking the fishing line. Tension control. When the shark struggles strongly, Fishermen must adjust the appropriate pulling force to hold the fish without hurting themselves. They also need to use the drop-pull technique to gradually tire the fish, making it easier to retrieve the line. Once the shark has tired, the fisherman slowly pulls the fish closer to the boat and uses tools such as a hook to secure the fish before bringing it onto the boat. Bringing the fish onto the boat requires care as the shark can struggle violently, posing a danger to the fisherman. Once the shark is on board, it will be processed on site if necessary, including proper refrigeration or preservation to ensure quality. Some fishermen also attach a GPS device and release the shark after tagging, especially in research or conservation programs. Safety notes. Hand fishing for sharks is a dangerous job as sharks are powerful animals and can cause serious injury. Fishermen need to take safety measures such as wearing protective gear, carrying line cutters if necessary, and always be ready to deal with unexpected situations. Hand fishing for sharks not only requires skill but also must comply with conservation regulations to protect this species in the wild. Weather. Shark fishing is often done in favorable weather conditions. Large waves and strong winds can affect the ability to hold the line, which can be dangerous. Fishermen often check the weather forecast before setting out. Currents and tides. Strong currents can cause the line to drift and make it more difficult to control. Many fishermen in Bangladesh rely on experience to determine the best time and conditions, such as fishing during high water when sharks are more likely to be present. Shark fishing is often a group activity, and fishermen often work in groups to support each other while fishing. This helps to share experiences and ensure safety. When working in groups, each member will usually be in charge of a part of the task such as holding the buoy, monitoring the line, or helping to pull the fish onto the boat. Cooperation helps fishermen reduce risks and increase the chance of catching a big fish. Some shark species are now threatened by overfishing, so the Bangladesh government and international organizations are taking conservation measures. Capture limits. Some areas have regulations on the number of sharks that fishermen are allowed to catch each day. This is to minimize the impact on shark populations. Taking certain sharks. Some shark species are listed as endangered species, and fishermen are not allowed to catch them. If they are accidentally caught, fishermen must release them immediately. Tag. In some cases, researchers work with fishermen to tag sharks after they are caught, then release them to track their behavior and movements. GPS and radar. Fishermen today use GPS and radar technology to locate sharks and monitor boats in the area. This reduces search time and helps focus on high potential waters. Fishing lights. At night, some fishermen use lights to attract sharks from a distance. The light can stimulate small fish to appear, attracting the attention of predatory sharks. Preparation. Once the shark has been successfully caught, fishermen will pre-process it on the boat to reduce weight and make use of space. The shark fins, which are valuable, are often carefully preserved for sale. Preservation. The shark meat and other parts after pre-processing will be refrigerated or frozen to ensure quality when they return to shore. Larger boats may have modern preservation systems, but small boats often use simple ice boxes. Shark fishing not only provides direct income but also creates jobs for many people in the community, including those who work in preserving, processing and selling shark products. In addition, artisanal shark fishing is also closely linked to the culture and tradition of fishermen in Bangladesh. Some families have been in the business for generations, and valuable knowledge is often passed down from generation to generation. Declining shark stocks, pressure from high demand for shark products and the impact of overfishing have reduced shark populations in many areas. Conservation challenges. Fishers are facing a difficult balance between conservation and livelihood needs. Several initiatives are being implemented to educate fishermen on sustainable fishing methods, while also looking for alternatives to reduce pressure on wild shark stocks. Support from development programs. Several international organizations have provided technical and financial support to fishermen to improve efficiency and sustainability in fishing. These programs encourage fishermen to conserve resources and participate in projects to protect the marine environment. Artisanal shark fishing is a challenging and dangerous occupation. But it is also part of the culture and livelihood of many fishing communities in Bangladesh. Combining exploitation and conservation will be the necessary direction to protect this natural resource for future generations. Limiting the number of sharks captured. The Bangladesh government and conservation organizations are encouraging fishermen to catch only a limited number of sharks each season. This helps reduce pressure on shark populations and supports the recovery of marine resources. Raising conservation awareness. Training programs for fishermen are aimed at raising awareness about the importance of shark conservation and how to fish in a way that does not harm the marine environment. Developing secondary industries. Several organizations are supporting Bangladeshi fishermen to develop secondary industries to reduce their dependence on shark fishing, such as aquaculture or marine ecotourism. These activities provide additional income and reduce pressure on wild shark resources. Shark products. Shark products, such as shark fins, meat, and shark liver oil, are highly valued in the market, especially in Asian countries. Shark fins are used in many traditional dishes, while shark liver oil can be processed into pharmaceutical and cosmetic products. Exports and international markets. Bangladesh is currently one of the countries that supply sharks to the international market. However, high market demand means great pressure on the number, and this is leading to overfishing. Decline in shark populations. If left unchecked, overfishing will seriously reduce the shark population, causing ecological imbalance. Sharks play an important role in maintaining the stability of the marine ecosystem by controlling the number of other fish species. Impact on biodiversity. The decline in shark populations can impact biodiversity and cause negative changes in the food chain. When sharks are reduced, other species can overpopulate, causing imbalances and affecting long-term marine resources. Sustainability. For artisanal shark fishing to survive and thrive, there must be collaboration between fishermen, conservation organizations, and governments to create a sustainable fishing system. This requires strict management policies and rigorous monitoring to protect the marine environment. New technology and resource management. Using new technology and establishing sustainable fishing areas can help fishermen optimize their catch without impacting shark populations. Positioning and tracking systems help closely monitor fishing activities and assess the number of sharks caught each year. Developing alternatives. In addition to secondary occupations, some initiatives are encouraging fishermen to participate in ecotourism projects, where visitors can observe sharks and learn about their role in the marine ecosystem. This is an environmentally friendly form of fishing and provides an additional source of income. Artisanal shark fishing has contributed greatly to the livelihoods of many fishing communities in Bangladesh, but also poses many challenges in terms of conservation and sustainable management. A combination of traditional measures and new initiatives can help the industry develop sustainably, protecting shark resources for future generations, in the context of climate change and changes in the marine environment. The artisanal shark fishing industry needs to adapt and develop environmentally friendly fishing methods to conserve and develop marine resources in a harmonious way. Partnerships with conservation organizations such as the World Wildlife Fund (WWF) and Shark Conservation International are working with the Bangladesh government to monitor and protect shark species. They provide scientific and technical information to help fishermen fish sustainably while minimizing negative impacts on the marine environment. Participation in international agreements. Bangladesh is also a party to international agreements to protect endangered shark species and limit overfishing. These regulations help regulate exports and strictly control the annual catch of sharks. Community education programs. Shark conservation education programs are implemented to help fishing communities better understand the importance of sharks in the marine ecosystem. Training sessions also provide knowledge on how to recognize shark species that need protection and how to harvest them effectively. Sustainable skills training. In addition to education, practical training courses help fishermen adopt more sustainable fishing techniques, such as how to identify areas with high shark populations that are less harmful to the ecosystem, or effective onboard storage methods to avoid waste. Shark watching tourism. Many countries have successfully developed ecotourism, which involves observing sharks in their natural environment. As an alternative to direct fishing, Bangladesh could leverage the shark resources in its waters to attract tourists to visit. Learn about sharks and support conservation projects. Marine protected area development. Marine protected areas can help protect shark populations in sensitive ecological areas while attracting tourists. They also provide safe habitats for sharks, where fishermen and conservation organizations can monitor and protect them together. Climate change. Climate change is altering the marine environment, affecting both shark ecosystems and their food chains. Changes in ocean temperature and pH cause a reduction in small fish stocks, directly affecting shark populations and fishing activities of fishermen. El Niño and La Niña phenomena. Weather phenomena such as El Niño and La Niña also affect the distribution and numbers of sharks in the area. Fishermen must adjust their fishing techniques and fishing times to adapt to these changes. GPS technology, satellite positioning technology and tracking devices help monitor the movements of sharks and map their breeding grounds. This allows fishermen to stay away from sensitive areas during the breeding season. Migration tracking technology, attaching tracking chips to sharks helps scientists and fishermen better understand their migration routes. The data collected helps adjust fishing regulations to protect sharks in important areas. Artisanal shark fishing in Bangladesh is not only a major source of income for many fishing communities, but also a part of the cultural and traditional heritage. However, with shark populations rapidly declining due to overfishing, the industry faces many conservation and sustainability challenges. Adopting sustainable fishing practices, combined with education and the development of secondary industries such as ecotourism, will help protect shark resources for future generations. At the same time, support from conservation organizations and international cooperation is also key to ensuring that the artisanal shark fishing industry can continue to exist and develop sustainably.